Nan Sheng has the villain from her own novel pinned in her hallway, faces almost touching. Nan Sheng has sorted an entire delivery on her own in the X-Culture storage room when Hu Zhaozhao apologizes for nearly forgetting her, then mentions a dashing guy waiting at the entrance who says he is her neighbor. The neighbor is Xiao Wudi, the villain Nan Sheng wrote into her own web novel. A careless wish at a fountain pulled him off the page and into the flat across the hall, and he still turns up whenever she cries for help. He promises her a meal and marches her into a clothing store instead because he refuses to eat with her dressed the way she is. 4 shop assistants swarm her while an on-screen card announces he will give her a makeover, and she comes out in a short black dress. The makeover has a purpose. He walks her into a white arched hall lined with men who greet her one by one because he registered her on every blind date app he could find and paid someone to polish her photos. When she tries to leave, he threatens to tell her mother his true identity. Meanwhile, Ye Qing is working late at X-Culture when a man in a gray blazer arrives with dinner because he knows she has not eaten yet, and he offers to drive her home. The show never names him and never explains him. The blind dates are a parade. One suitor fishes for compliments on his hairstyle, one video calls his mother mid-date, one wants 3 children, and one is 34 years older than her. For me, this is the funniest stretch of the 4 episodes, because Nan Sheng just sits there and lets them talk. Her escape is a phone call. Ya Qing tells her to fetch the finished manuscript from Mr. Liu's house, an errand she used to run herself. Xiao Wudi follows her out and calls her too picky, and she lets herself into her boss's empty flat. She geeks out in his study, thrilled to be the first person in the world holding his new manuscript. Then she finds Lu Zhu Chen face down and unconscious in a bath of red water, and she screams for Xiao Wudi. The summons still fires. Xiao Wudi lands instantly in a flat he has never visited, looks at her drowning boss and deadpans that it is a shame the man is still alive. The red turns out to be rose bath salt, and one pulse reading tells him the man has been overworking for years. Lu Zua. Chen wakes up in a gray robe and wants to know what these two are doing in his house, so Xiao Wudi covers with a line about being her neighbor. Outside, Nan Xiang works out that she gushed about her boss in front of her boss and decides to resign tomorrow. Walking her home, Xiao Wudi tells her she simply has no guts, so Nan Sheng calls it. She backs him into the wall, leans in until their faces almost touch, and asks Mr. Xiao whether he fell for her. He covers by scoffing that she could never captivate him. Alone in the park afterwards, his inner voice gives him away. He asks himself why his heart skipped a beat just now. That skip is the whole season turning over, and he spends the next 3 episodes refusing to admit it. She bans any more blind dates, and he learns her boss is an author and demands his books. She trades the whole signed collection for a promise of no dates and no plastic surgery, and he creases the first one immediately. Alone with them, he decides to study Lu Zushen on her behalf. An Naina catches her grinning and probes about the outing. Nansheng insists the 2 of them will never be together, and that at most they will perish together. The next day, her mother comes home in a cream trench coat, and Xiao Wudi phones on cue. Xiao Wudi has built a whiteboard-headed details of Lu Zhu Chen. The father, Lu Zhenliang, is an engineer-turned-tycoon who runs Lu Group, and his name sits on the X-Culture shareholder list. Wudi concludes, the father bankrolled the son's from-scratch career, though that is only his read, and the show never confirms it. From the novels, he decides Lu Zhu. Chen's type is Suyu, the female lead of those books, and he holds up 2 pencil sketches of her. Then he says the quiet part out loud. He will be free the moment Nansheng pairs off with her boss, and she warns she will perish with him before she lets him return to his era. She refunds the dress for 2,000 yuan and meets Xiong Su Shu, who assumes she has been dumped. Nan Xiang insists they were never an item, then admits the real worry. She is a retired athlete with no relevant courses and no work experience, and she thinks her boss will fire her soon. An Nina brings home-cooked food across the hall, and Xiao Wudi keeps up his cover as a blind date consultant, so she asks him to find someone suitable for her daughter. Then she reveals she is not the biological mother, and that the 2 families lived opposite each other for over a decade. Then the fire. 3 of them were trapped before she and Nansheng's father could become a couple, and afterwards she became Nansheng's mother because God left behind a daughter for her. The flat Xiao Wudi lives in was that father's home, empty ever since, and her line about him mattering to her daughter loops in his head all night. This is the beat that reframes the whole thing for me, because he has been squatting inside her family memorial and treating it like a hotel. Out in the corridor, Nansheng is rehearsing how to hand back 2,000 yuan, and to get him off the matchmaking, she says she has fallen for someone else. Xiao Wudi hears a confession about himself, so he gives it some serious thought. That night, he knocks, pulls her into the corridor, plants his arm on the wall above her, and delivers his verdict. It is a yes, she likes him, and he will be her boyfriend. Episode 6 picks up in the same hallway. Xiao Wudi offers to date her nominally and then abandon her, so she gets an unforgettable love and he gets his freedom. Nansheng tells him flatly that she does not like him and he cannot process the sentence. He lies awake repeating that it is impossible, then materializes in her bedroom and stands over her while she sleeps. She smiles and says his name, which he takes as proof, right up until the sleep talk finishes with, "Take your dirty money and go back to the ancient times." So he buys Xiang Susu a coffee and interrogates her about what Nanxiang is like in love. Susu says she drools over handsome men and never acts, and that if she ever did fall for someone, she would attach herself completely to his emotions. Susu decides against warning her. At home, Nansheng learns her boss has killed off Suyu, the female lead of his novels. His readers have exploded on Weibo. The topic is the 12th most searched in the country, and the posts run from "Give me back my goddess to go die," Lu Zhu Chen. Yeching cancels on her boyfriend Song Jaeming because the crisis is urgent, and Hu Jiao reports that Lu Zhu Chen has vanished entirely. Song turns up at the office with coffee anyway, and Yeching tells him she has no time for him now. Alone on her bed, Nansheng turns the question over. Su Yu is his type, so killing her makes no sense unless he wanted to ruin her because he could not have her. A text from Xiao Wudi cuts in, telling her to come over and drink with him. He is drinking in broad daylight, and he tells her about Hehuan Palace, a renowned martial arts sect. He lost his parents young, his master raised him, then left and told him to wait for a person he must protect for life. Nobody ever came. The whole story is a play for her, and his inner voice admits it. Nanxiang does cry, but she is crying about Suyu, whom she has loved for 10 years. He is lying to manipulate her, and yet the master he describes is somebody she never wrote, which I did not expect at all. At the office, a mob of Lu Zhu Chen's readers besieges the building with placards, screaming for their goddess back while security holds them off. Nansheng pushes through and gets handed a parcel addressed to the boss. Alone in his office, she spots a framed photo of Lu Zhu Chen and Yeching together on his desk and decides they are well matched. Then the two of them walk in, and she hides behind the desk for the whole argument. Yeching wants to know why she found out about Suyu from Weibo, and then the real grievance surfaces, which is that she never told him before she got into a relationship. Yeching answers that fetching drafts is Nansheng's job now, and that her relationship is not the reason she stopped being his assistant. Lu Zhu Chen finds her crouched behind his own desk, takes the parcel, and dismisses her. Inside the white box is a bloodied white pigeon, staged exactly like the murder in his own novel. He tells her to throw it away and tell nobody. Nansheng argues that this is a death threat because the sender is copying his murder plot and knows where the company is. Lu Zhu Chen refuses to call the police, accuses her of showing off for a promotion, then snaps that if she catches the man, he will make her permanent. She takes the deal. Hiding in a toilet cubicle, she reconstructs the plot because in the novel, the killer returns that same night to stick blood-stained feathers on the door. She phones Xiao Wudi, he refuses, so she carelessly wishes out loud that she needs him now, and the summon lands him right inside the cubicle with her. Who? Zhao knocks, worried, so Xiao Wudi hoists Nanxing off the floor to keep her feet from showing under the door while she claims she has diarrhea. It works, and Hu Zhao leaves. She lays out the stakeout plan and preempts his usual speech about her being a hostage. He simply agrees to help, then decides he will pick a fine restaurant and she will pay for it. In the dark office, he will not keep his head down and argues that no criminal returns to the scene to wait to be arrested. Nansheng counters that logic means nothing to a die-hard fan. Her mother calls, and she lies about the overtime. He asks why she clings to this job, and she gives him the real answer. Something huge happened in her family in high school. She was so depressed, she thought she could not take it any longer, and her boss's novels are what pulled her through. Working for him is worth dying for, she says. The intruder arrives. Woody sends her off to ask whether the man brought weapons. She shouts at him not to go, and the two men fight through the lobby and the stairwell. Nansheng finds Xiao Woody slumped with blood across his chest because the man had a dagger. He plays out a full deathbed scene while she sobs and offers him all her blood. Then he opens his eyes and tells her he was joking. The fake death is genuinely mean, and the show knows it because it makes him sit in the consequences straight afterwards. She keeps crying at a night window, and he softens, telling her that if he died, nobody would bully her like this again. She thanks him for the catch that makes her permanent, then rounds on the joke itself. Xiao Wudi promises he will never make that kind of joke again. Yaching tears into both of them for handling a death threat alone. Lu, Zhu, Chen insists he was only spitballing, tells Nansheng she is paid to work rather than risk her life, and says she can resign. She thanks them and goes to pack her things. Yaching stops her at the door. He promised to keep her if she caught the criminal, so she is a regular staff member, and Yaching will fulfill that promise on his behalf. Lu, Zi, Chen says it is not her turn yet. Yaching tells him she calls the shots. Alone with him, Yaching asks why he hid a death threat from her, and his deflection is that she is Billy and she has a boyfriend. Her answer is the closest this triangle gets to being said out loud. They built the company together. His writing is her dream too, and she asks him to stop being so willful. Yaching thanks Xiao Wudi and calls him a cab. The caught reader admits he only wanted Suyu revived, and he is told that loving her is no excuse, because without the writer, the Suyu they love would never exist. The police are already coming. The episode closes at a night riverside. Nansheng is apologizing rather than thanking him because Yaching was right that she should never have called him into danger. Then Xiao Wudi reads the room out loud, saying, Yaching and Lu, Zhu, Chen have an extraordinary relationship, and Nansheng insists he is overthinking. Episode 7 opens with the office staging a panic about a missing file and pinning it on Nansheng. The whole thing is a setup. The crime is the announcement that she has been made a permanent employee, and Hu Zhao completely loses it. Every previous assistant broke her heart, she says, so the office throws a cheer and proposes a combined newbie and permanent party. Nansheng stares at her new staff badge and tells herself her wish finally came true, then asks to postpone the party because she has plans. Elsewhere, Luzi Chen sits alone at night holding a gift bag he never handed over. Inside is a necklace. He remembers a woman scolding him for wanting to date while he is this busy, and the show never names her or brings her back. Nansheng phones Xiao Wudi to drag him out as a thank you. He refuses on principle, asking whether he is someone she can summon and chase away as she pleases, so she tells him that if he does not come, she will call for help. He folds instantly. She takes him to a virtual reality arcade. He refuses to look dumb in a headset until she suggests high-tech games might be too hard for ancient people, at which point he demands the highest difficulty and carries the entire zombie round while she panics. They move on to a trampoline park, a Velcro climbing wall, and a giant rainbow slide. She asks him to push her on the count of 3, and he pushes on 2. Watching the villain of a web novel lose a wall climbing contest and enjoy it is the most relaxed these two have ever been. Cooling down, she calls him childish and then cute. He deflects with a line about his happiness possibly meaning something else, and she does not take the hint. She heads off for the toilet and milk tea. While Xiao Wudi waits, Lu Zi Shen walks into a jewelry boutique to return the necklace he bought. His reason is that she already has one, and that pays off the gift bag from earlier. Song Jiming spots him in the same shop and, with no idea who he is talking to, asks Lu Zhu Zhao for advice on proposing to Yaching. He already gave her a necklace from this shop, and he wants a path of candles and 1,000 pink roses. Lu Zi! Chen talks him out of the roses, explaining that Yaching would feel pressured, so he should do it privately. Then he signs his own return slip. He has just surrendered his gift and coached his rival in the same conversation. Xiao Wudi has been listening from just outside the shop, and he works out that the woman Lu Chen loves is about to be proposed to by another man. He calls it his chance. Nansheng comes back with his milk tea and a giant plush she won on a lucky draw. She names the toy Wudi Bear and tells him to chat with it when he is lonely, and he scoffs that no man would talk to a stuffed toy. He swore that on camera, and about 10 minutes of screen time later, he is sitting at home arguing with the thing. It is a great gag. He offers to help her with Lu Chen and states his real motive plainly. One day, she might summon him in front of her boss, and he never wants to see that day. She makes him promise never to scheme against her job. At home, An Nina catches her with midnight milk tea and lectures her about sugar, then asks about her boss and tells her to just be herself. Behind them sits a shelf of athletics trophies, and the show still will not say why she quit. Wudi sits and argues with the bear about who is uglier, and then decides to start his scheme with her wardrobe. He wakes her at dawn with a pile of clothes and a theory that attire is 70% of how people judge you. She resists until he reframes the clothes as a present for making permanent staff, and he throws in a fresh angle. Lu Zhu, Jewish, he says, full of flaws and rather like a newborn to take care of. Alone on the couch, Wudi gloats that this gets him back to, Huan Palace sooner. The coaching works. Nansheng walks into X Culture in a white blouse and blazer and greets Mr. Lu without hiccuping for the first time. In the same corridor, Lu Chen tries to get a word with Ya Qing, and she brushes straight past him because she has work to do. The office is buried in hate mail over Suyu, and Nansheng defends her boss to the colleagues, arguing that the book never actually says Suyu is dead and that she trusts him as a 10-year reader. Lu Chen overhears, half compliments her outfit, and gives her a first real task. In Ye Qing's office, Ye Qing gently notes the new clothes do not look like her. Back with Lu Chen, he interrogates Nansheng about whether Ye Qing is wearing a ring. She says no, then mentions a jewelry box on the desk, and he concludes the ring has already been given. Jiao praises her first official schedule. Xiao Wudi phones and orders her to stay late, because an assistant never clocks off before her superior. Yao Qing heads out for a 7 o'clock dinner with Song Jiaming, and Wudi turns up at the office with dinner and a bottle of wine. He tells her to take the wine home because he is off to the trampoline park and that it is not safe with him. Nansheng stays behind and finds Lu Chen still in the office and unsteady from drinking, so she insists on escorting him out. Episode 8 expands that walk. The lift jolts to a stop between floors. Her phone has no signal, and nobody answers the intercom. Then it cuts to the building security room where Xiao Wudi sits at the console with a glass of wine. He stopped the lift himself. His voiceover lays out the scheme. Danger spikes the heartbeat, the person beside you takes the credit, and he already remade Nansheng into Lu Shen's type. Inside the lift, Lu drinks and confesses by proxy that a friend has loved Miss Yi for years and just helped her boyfriend plan the proposal. The doors open, and Xiao Wudi is standing there. He hauls her away while Lu Chen insists he can walk home on his own. Nansheng works it out in the corridor and names it. The overtime, the wine, and the lift were all his. He bolts, and the ex-athlete runs him down and puts him flat on the marble. Cornered, he blurts that Lu Chen would have got her if he had not saved her in time, and when she says her boss likes someone else, Wudi insists the man is not good enough for her. Asked why, he has no reason at all. Then he cups her face and tells her that her looks surpass Lu Shen's, and Nansheng asks whether he means she is beautiful. He wrecks it by admitting the compliment was part of the scheme because he turned her into Lu Chen's preferred type. She walks off and says she will never trust him again, so he goes home and ends up with his ear against his own front door. Nansheng gets home late in the heels and the dress, and An Nina says the look does not feel right for her. Sitting at the mirror, she asks her mother whether she is beautiful, and then asks why no boy has ever told her so. There was one, she says, but he is a liar. Xiao Wudi replays the night with his hand pressed to his chest and finally asks whether he really fell in love with her. 5 flat denials later, he sets himself a test, standing over her bed to look at her face. His heart answers for him, and he recoils, insisting young master Hu Wan could never be captivated by a woman like her. Watching him fail his own test is the best beat in these 4 episodes. She wakes up mummified in her duvet and comes to breakfast in her old clothes, because her attire is not the point and her mentality is. An Nina claims she says exactly that every day. Outside the block, Xiao Wudi tries to reopen negotiations about finding her a boyfriend, and she walks off mid-sentence using his own move from the day before. Her exit line lands clean. She thought he was a kind person, and she was wrong about him. She and Lu Chen meet at the office lift and are excruciatingly polite. Neither mentions the night before. Instead, he texts her from 3 feet away to say nothing happened, tell nobody, especially Miss Ye, and remember it is a secret. Chen replays the proposal he helped design. Song Jiaming tells him Yap Qing is the one, kneels, and asks her to marry him. Lu runs the scene both ways in his head because he never actually heard her answer. Wudi sits at home with the bear, chewing on her line about kind people, and argues that young master Ha Huan certainly will not be apologizing. At the office, a colleague drops that Mr. Lu worked overtime with Nan Sheng. The room decides it is confirmed, and somebody bets 100 on the boss. A call from Xiao Wudi pulls her out to reception, and she refuses to eat with him until he produces last night's lift surveillance footage. Then, he simply gives it to her, swearing on Ha Huan Palace that if he lies to her again today, he will never return there. She reads that as close enough to an apology. Over lunch, he orders half the menu and she objects to every price. He admits he has never eaten ice cream and wants to try an escape room, and she promises him convenience store ice cream instead. Then, Xiong Sisha calls about dinner with Hao's brother, who is apparently very handsome. Wudi calls it a blind date. She insists it is just a new friend, and he is left repeating the phrase to himself. Then Luzu Jua, Chen hands her an errand to find out whether Ye Qing was proposed to and whether she said yes. She gives him one piece of advice. If you like someone, face it bravely, and if you are a coward, give up. The dinner turns out to be Nan Sheng, Shang, Sa, Sha, Sha. Hao and Hao's photographer brother Shang Hao, a grown villain in a surgical mask flipping skewers to spy on the table, is peak jealous behavior, and he watches Shang Hao ask her pointed questions about her job while the beers get poured. Lu! Zuochen takes his assistant's advice and asks Ye Qing himself over a late meal. He circles for a while, then asks where her necklace is. She gave it back, because she has to after a breakup. She and Song Jiming are over. That is such a pity, says Lu Zu Chen, meaning nothing of the kind. Her phone rings. She asks what he was about to say, and he tells her it is nothing. In a convenience store, Nansheng psychs herself up and calls it in, and he thanks her before catching himself. He means his friend, obviously. He explains that her words encouraged him and hands her the job with one line. He is counting on you. Sitting alone outside the shop, Nansheng files her review of her boss. He is nothing like his books, and too shy to confess, and she is his assistant, not his bosom friend. Across the hall, Xiao Wudi is clock-watching and asking himself whether she is coming back. He makes her hammer on his door before he will admit he wants to see what she is up to. She has brought him the first ice cream of his life. She covers it with a lecture. This does not mean she has forgiven him. She is only pitying a man who has never tried ice cream, and he should stop being extravagant. It has melted badly by the time he opens it, so he holds the cone up for her. She leans in to take a bite from the cone in his hand and stops with her face a centimeter from his. Both of them hold there, in silence, and that is where episode 8 cuts. 4 episodes in, the villain she invented has asked himself whether he loves her, failed his own test, and refused the result. She still calls him a liar, and she still bought him ice cream. Neither of them has said a true word about it yet. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe to the full plot for the rest of the story, and tell me in the comments whether you think Xiao Wudi ever admits it out loud. Thanks for watching.